I think it was an interesting experience, like working with the students.
Everybody, without fail, I think has sort of gone in with low expectations, and when they've seen the cartoons, they've been like, oh, this is really nice.
This is also the first time that we've had an animated series produced in Rwanda with Rwandan animators. So it's the first of its kind. So I'd really encourage people to watch it.
The No Zone is a program that we developed in Kenya to try and help children become much better at English and also doing their maths and understanding wider issues in English. It consists of 5 or 6 different elements, so it's 1 hour long and it's got 5 or 6 minutes on drama, it's got animation, it's got lessons, it's got Spell It in the Spotlight and games.
The No Zone animation project was created as part of an educational show called The No Zone, which has already successfully run in Kenya for about 4 years. So the company that's doing it wanted to try the same model in Rwanda because it's supposed to augment the curriculum and help students with their math and English. But at the end of each show, there is a story segment that helps the students unwind, but also improves their English. And that's where we came in.
Modest loved the forest and never wanted to leave. She spent her days collecting fruit and berries with the monkey.
Media E actually came into our office and they'd heard that we were building a green screen studio. And they were doing initial research to find out what they really wanted to do is produce the show here in Kigali, the entire show, and they weren't sure if the talent and resources were here to do it. They had done a previous show very much like No Zone, but in Nairobi, and so they wanted to find out if we're going to make a show for Rwandans, can we actually make it in Rwanda?
We start by making the asset list from the script. So after making the asset list, we start drawing the storyboard. So we take the storyboard and the asset list, we give them to the artists. They start painting in all view.
The supervisor used to come and give us a storyboard and takes some couple of minutes trying to explain how the whole storyboard should look like. There's some specifications that we really needed to know and be more clear about, and how we are supposed to clearly do it as they expect them.
Mumaze kwakira storyboard na asset, akazi gakurikira urumva ko ni akazi k'umu-artiste, ni ugushushanya ukurikije amabwiriza, ariko akabona creativity nanone y'umu-artiste agomba gushyiramo.
You get an arm painted in parts. You get this wrist painted half, the arm to the elbow, from the elbow to the shoulder, in order to make it easier for the arms to be moving and as they are making the animations. So that's the reason we painted most of this stuff. Everything we painted was in halves.
Nyuma yo kuyashushanya atandukanye tukapaintinga, twamara gupaintinga tukabishyira ku zuba bikuma, byamara kuma tukabishyira ukwabyo, tugakomeza tugakora gutyo ama assets yose yarangira ubwo tukayatanga.
Receive the artwork from the artist, so it would be like a painting on a large piece of paper. Then would photograph that painting and upload it onto our computers. After that, we would cut out the different parts of the asset using Adobe Photoshop. Then after we had prepared them, sometimes that meant maybe adjusting the colors or removing certain details that we knew wouldn't be able to work.
So you start making the hierarchies from the leg to the body, everything. There is something called the IK, which help to link from the leg to the body and the head, everything. So you can start animating in After Effects or in other software that can do animation.
I think that's how animation production is, or any production. It's not this one big thing. It's many little parts fitting together. So if you want a really good product, you make sure you have a really good storyboard, you make sure you have really good audio, you make sure that the animation, each shot has been supervised and checked. Even before you get to the animation, you make sure that you check the character to make sure that the rig is working well. It's one thing to be able to have it on paper or to be told how things work on paper, but it's another thing to actually live through it and to go through that process. So going through that process allowed them to appreciate on a different level how animation production works.
It's always been my dream for a long time to do cartoons for Rwandan children or for African children in general. So this has given me the skills that I need to be able to fulfill my dream.
I didn't know how people do that kind of animation because, you know, it's very interesting when you see an artwork and finally when the movie is done and you see it working. It's something that is very amazing and interesting at the same time. So I've learned a lot from that.
For anyone who wants to invest or who wants to do this sort of project, I think Rwanda offers a great place. Particularly with the ADMA, we have the hardware to be able to support that production, and we also have the students, very dedicated students who are coming in on weekends for many months on a row, and even over holidays, just to come in and make sure that they finished the product.
What we're showing is that if somebody else wants to make a cartoon like this, they don't have to go to Nairobi or South Africa. They can actually do it here in Rwanda. And creating that kind of change in perception about what's possible here is one of the things that I think is really exciting.